Think about the last time you told yourself, okay, this is it. I'm finally going to get in shape and lose this belly fat. You probably downloaded some fancy new workout app, grabbed a bunch of expensive superfoods you'd never heard of, set your alarm for 4 a.m. to do fasted, high-intensity training. You turned the whole thing into this big, exciting moment. Made it feel like an event. And because it felt like an event, you burned out and quit by day 14. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Nobody selling you a fitness program wants you to know. Fat loss is not an entertainment product. Getting lean is a biological process. And biological processes don't care about excitement or motivation. They only care about one thing: repetition. The people walking around with the flat stomach you want, they're not using some secret They're not doing extreme 30-day challenges. They've just locked in a handful of incredibly boring and incredibly effective daily habits. Today, I'm cutting through all the noise. I'm giving you the 4 most boring, unglamorous habits on the planet that actually make fat loss happen. I'll break down the science of why they work, and how to make them automatic so you never have to white-knuckle it on willpower again. If you're sick of the fitness circus and just want something that works in the real world, this is that video. Real quick before we get into it, habit number 3 is the one most people skip. And it's literally the reason their diet stalls after week 2. Don't skip the science section without that piece. Nothing else makes sense. Why your brain hates boring habits. Your brain is wired to chase new things. When you start a shiny new diet plan, your brain dumps dopamine. Same chemical that fires when you buy a new car or get hooked on a video game. You're addicted to the newness, not the results. But your metabolism, it works the exact opposite way. Your metabolism hates novelty. It wants the same thing every single day. When you throw chaos at your body, starving until 2 p.m. one day, destroying yourself in the gym the next, sleeping 5 hours one night and 9 the next, your body reads that as a threat. And as a response, your nervous system floods you with cortisol. Cortisol is your stress alarm. When it stays chronically high, your body holds on to fat for dear life, especially around your belly. The more chaotic your lifestyle, the harder fat loss becomes. To flip this around, you have to make your environment predictable. You have to make it boring. When your body feels safe and stable, the alarm shuts off and fat loss gets way easier. Here are the 4 boring habits that make that happen. Boring habit number 1, the copy-paste breakfast. Most people just let their morning happen to them. They skip breakfast because they're rushing out the door. By 10 a.m., they're starving and grabbing whatever's nearby. One day a bagel, next day nothing, next day cereal. That's metabolic chaos. The fix is simple. Eat the exact same high-protein breakfast every single day. No creativity, no variety. Greek yogurt with berries. 4 scrambled eggs with spinach. A protein shake. Whatever it is, hit 30 to 40 grams of protein and just copy-paste it every morning. Willpower is a battery. It drains as the day goes on. Automating breakfast wipes out decision fatigue before you even leave the house. But more importantly, that big protein hit first thing in the morning suppresses ghrelin, your hunger hormone, for hours. You're literally deciding how hungry you'll be at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. before you're even out of bed. People who eat the same high-protein breakfast every day don't get slammed with crazy afternoon cravings. They don't stand in front of the fridge at midnight looking for something to eat. Lock in the morning, kill the hunger curve, and the rest of your day becomes a whole lot easier biologically. That one habit alone handles hunger all day. But the next one might be the most underrated fat loss tool on the planet. No gym, no changing clothes. And it completely changes how your body handles the food you just ate. Boring habit number 2, the 10-minute post-meal walk. The fitness industry has you convinced. You need an hour on the Stairmaster to see your abs. That's a lie. Extreme cardio spikes your appetite and sends your stress hormones through the roof. Instead, do something that sounds almost too simple. After your biggest meal of the day, lunch or dinner, don't sit down. Get up, step outside, and walk for 10 minutes. This is a legit biological cheat code. When you eat a big meal, your blood sugar rises. Your body pumps out insulin to clear it. Insulin is a storage hormone. While it's elevated, fat burning is completely shut off. If you go sit on the couch right after eating, your muscles don't need that sugar, so your body stores it as fat. But when you walk right after a meal, your leg muscles immediately demand fuel. They act like a sponge, soaking up that sugar. Before insulin ever gets a chance to store it, your blood sugar curve flattens out. Insulin drops back to normal in half the time, and your body flips back into fat-burning mode hours sooner. Zero sweat, massive impact. You've locked in your morning and flattened your blood sugar. Now, how do you actually burn fat without wrecking yourself? That's habit 3, and it means you have to stop exercising the way everyone else does. Boring habit number 3, the non-negotiable daily step floor. When people want to lose belly fat, they go straight to the hardest, most miserable cardio they can think of. Burpees, sprints, until they're ready to puke. Here's the problem though. High-intensity cardio mostly burns stored sugar during the workout, not fat. Walking, on the other hand, pulls energy directly from stored body fat. Walking is the ultimate fat loss tool because it pulls from fat stores. Without crossing the line that triggers extreme hunger or nervous system burnout, set a hard daily step floor. Not a goal, a floor. Pick a number, -8,000 or 10,000 steps, and treat it like a law. It's boring. You won't sweat. You won't feel like some hardcore athlete. But a 45-minute walk while listening to a podcast is burning pure body fat. With zero hunger tax, do it every day and that tire around your waist slowly disappears. You can nail the first 3 perfectly, but ignore this last habit, and your body will fight you every step of the way. It sounds completely unrelated to fitness, but it's the master switch that controls everything else. Boring habit number 4, the hormonal blackout. Get this one wrong, and the other 3 barely move the needle. Here's why. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm. When you go to bed at 10 p.m. on Tuesday, midnight on Thursday, and 2 a.m. on Saturday, you're giving your body jet lag on a loop. That disruption tells your brain that your environment is unstable. And on top of that, sleep deprivation crashes leptin, the hormone that tells you you're full, and spikes ghrelin, the hormone that makes you hungry. 5 hours of sleep and you're literally biochemically programmed to store fat and crave junk food. That's a war you cannot win. Pick a boring bedtime, let's say 10:30 p.m., and be in bed at that time, lights off, 7 days a week. Wake up at the same time every single day. When your rhythm locks in, your body stops defending its fat stores because it finally trusts the schedule. Automate your sleep and you automatically accelerate fat loss. For boring habits, that's the whole playbook. But here's the part most people never hear. The exact reason smart, motivated people still fail with these habits. And why you will too, unless you understand this next part. Even when people learn all 4 of these habits, they sabotage themselves around week 3. Why? Because they get bored. The fitness industry has brainwashed you into believing you need to keep switching things up. New diet, new workouts, shock your body every 2 weeks. That's garbage. Your body doesn't need to be confused. Your body needs to be commanded. When you run the boring stuff the right way, the copy-paste breakfast, the post-meal walks, the step floor, the sleep, the scale moves. Your clothes fit differently. But week 3 is not exciting. Week 3 is a grind, and you're going to want to quit and find something new. Don't. Boring is the filter. Boring is what separates the people who want to be entertained from the people who actually want results. When the routine feels repetitive and completely unsexy, that's the exact moment the real work is happening. You've stopped relying on motivation. You're finally running on discipline. For boring habits, that's the whole thing. Habit 1, eat the exact same 30 to 40 gram protein breakfast every day. Kill the hunger curve. Habit 2, take a 10-minute walk right after your biggest meal. Let your muscles soak up the sugar before it gets stored. Habit 3, skip the HIIT, hit a hard 8,000 to 10,000 step floor every single day. Habit 4, same bedtime, same wake time, 7 days a week. Crush the stress hormones. No magic pills, no screaming trainers. Just relentless, boring consistency. If you want to know exactly what to put on your plate at those meals to maximize fat loss without feeling starved, I broke down the full plate building strategy in the video on screen right now. Go watch that next. But hear me on this. The leanest person you know isn't doing anything interesting. No secret hacks, no crazy workouts. They're just doing these 4 boring things every single day. Start tomorrow or don't. And keep chasing the next exciting 30-day program that's never going to work. Your call. I'll see you in the next one.